Thank you to Lexar for responding to this video. I see this online all the time, especially with people starting out on YouTube. There's a huge rush to buy like the most expensive camera that you can find, to buy the most expensive gear, microphone, all of that stuff. People are buying cameras that are used to make big, actual movies, and it is increasingly becoming unnecessary. When really, we often forget that sometimes the most effective way to capture content is just having the right tool for the job. Your phone can be an absolutely unbelievable camera if you know how to use it. One of the biggest issues with shooting with an iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max, especially a ProRes, is very quickly going to be storage. And this video's sponsor, Lexar, is making sort of that step completely go away and adding a ton of flexibility with their Lexar Professional Go portable SSD with hub. And what that is an external SSD with innovative features that are made to sort of sync perfectly with your iPhone 15 Pro or iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I think is going to be the absolute best option for creators. But before I tell you everything that you can do with this, let me do my favorite thing here and give you a chance to win $500. Leave a comment down below. Tell me the first thing you would film if you were making a movie. Tell me a fact about yourself. Tell me a dad joke. Give the video a thumbs up. Make sure there's a way to contact you either with the comment or on our YouTube page if I click your link. Let it run for 10 days, open to anyone in the world. All the information will be down below. Ooh, ha, ha, ha. So this is our Canon C70. This is the rig that we use mostly in the studio. Works great for stable studio shots on a tripod. It weighs like 17 pounds. Not good for when you gotta move around. This guy though, is probably my new favorite rig. Thanks in large part to the camera on the iPhone 15 Pro and this guy right here. I mean, the SSD is crazy small. It's probably the size of like 2 postage stamps across, and I think it's even thinner than an iPhone 15 Pro. I mean, I could do close-up magic with it, and you could guess which hand. It's that small. I can hide it sort of in one of my hand. And the hub kit is nearly as small as well, I should say too. It's 68.8 by 43.5 millimeters. These things combined are so incredibly lightweight. Kind of gone are the days when you had those really big, heavy SSDs with like those big rubber feet around it that made it a bit more durable. Like, this is it. And I want to stress, when you are shooting mobile, you need lightweight. You need small. Size is going to matter there. And this is really the first mobile setup that's geared for that I've seen that absolutely delivers. And also Lexar, like everybody knows Lexar for storage. We use them here in the studio. So if I'm gonna trust my footage to a brand, I'm gonna trust it to a brand that I trust. So the sleek design and lightweight build really make this the ultimate portable SSD while on the go. It also makes it super easy to integrate with your phone to create content. That's the idea here. It's also like dumb easy to use. The SSD's got USB-C built right into it. You just like connect it to your phone and are ready to store files and record video externally. When I say phone, again, I'm referring to iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. With the hub, if you decide to use it, you're also getting 2 extra USB Type-C ports. So the third port actually offers 10 gigabit speeds and 30-watt power delivery too if you want. And all of this, in case you want to film outside, maybe it's a little wet, is IP65 rated for water and dust resistance and can withstand 1 meter drop to that issue. Now, I would not recommend like dropping it. I think the only issue you'd have would be on the connector, but IP65 water resistance means your phone can handle getting wet. Now you can handle shooting out in the rain as you would if you were just with your phone without having to worry about losing footage, which is really important, obviously, when you are filming, especially if you only get like 1 take to do stuff. Like, I just want to stress again, like how small this is. I mean, it disappears in my hand. Only way you know, I could like, somebody comes at me, I'm like, bam! So Lexar, I think, took it upon themselves here to try to make what appears to be the perfect SSD solution for your iPhone. And I really commend them for it. There was a use case that needed to be filled, and Lexar absolutely filled it. So one of the first things I thought when I got this in is that this is perfect for shooting ProRes on the iPhone. You can shoot internally on the iPhone with ProRes too, but it takes up a stupid amount of space. And if you want the highest quality, you're gonna wanna turn on that setting. But luckily, Apple lets you record to an external SSD, and Lexar Professional Go Portable SSD, which is a mouthful of a name, with hub, is perfect for that. Like I said before, the SSD is the same thickness as the 15 Pro Max. It is a perfect fit, but it can also perform too. You can record 4K, 60 frames per second, high quality video on your phone without fear of dropping frames or quality. And this is huge. And maybe my use case is like separate, but this is unbelievably fast. When we are at trade shows or out of the studio shooting, it is cumbersome and sometimes complicated to bring our studio camera gear. It does not always work. We bring our phones to shoot, and we really have to watch our time when we're shooting internal. This changes the game for us. I'm not trying to speak in like hyperbole about it either. This literally changes what we can do and how we can do it. It also lets us transfer footage incredibly fast back to our computers for editing. Absolute game changer if you want to record things on the go and you want to do it in the best quality possible. If you're going to use your phone to record, you should record in the best quality that your phone can do. And for the 15 Pro and Pro Max, that is ProRes, and really the only way to record any amount of length is with an external SSD. So the SSD is really good on its own. When you pair it with the hub, I think this external SSD can become even more powerful. So we've seen hubs before, but generally not like this size. So the hub is going to give you two USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports that you can use for other accessories. So I think the best example to show this, if you ever saw Apple's behind the scenes video on how they shot their keynote with the iPhone, you'll notice there is a ton of accessories that are attached and plugged in. It is done with a hub. And the Lexar Professional Go Portable SSD with hub gives you that same flexibility to connect other devices like microphones, lights, or even just keep your phone charged while you're recording content. So there's a lot of reasons to dig this setup. The first is I can hold it with one hand very easily, and the cameras are getting incredible coming out of phones. But also it kind of takes me back to the earlier days of YouTube when it was just a simple camera. And this is sort of just that, obviously with a lot of attachments to it to kind of modernize it. This is probably the perfect setup and probably what we're going to use for trade shows. So for CES, when we're shooting 12, 13 videos at a clip, this becomes really cumbersome, the C70. This is incredibly easy. And honestly, the quality that comes out of it at the end, I'm not sure there would be that big a difference even be noticed. Between the microphone setup and having my custom light and then the storage from Lexar, it's probably the perfect setup for a trade show or really anywhere you need to shoot on the go. So even if you compare the quality of this footage, which we shot with the iPhone, to the quality of this footage, which we shot with our studio Canon C70, which weighs significantly more and is significantly more cumbersome, you can start to see why shooting with the iPhone for a lot of people is going to be a perfect way to go. I mean, so having more than one USB-C port is a gigantic deal, and it makes the hub, I think, an even bigger must-have. This is not going to be for everybody out there. Some people just want to shoot quick little video on their phone, and that's great. But if you're the type of person who wants to shoot studio-looking content, you want to step up your video game. Maybe you run a YouTube channel or for social media, and you want to take advantage of the power that your phone has in shooting ProRes, I would run, not walk, to pick these up. Lexar absolutely delivers on what they said they were going to do. It is a new era of portable storage, and it is perfect for iPhone cinematography and videography. If you want to learn more about them or pick one up for yourself, all the links you need way down below.